Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and of course, our web series, Cyrus Webb Presents. Glad you all could be with us as well. We're excited to welcome back recording artist LeVelle to our broadcast today. He's celebrating not only a new project called Promise to Love, but also some great things going on in his career. He's going to catch you guys up and let you know how to stay connected with him as well. LeVelle, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys for having me again.
Well, look, man, already a crazy busy 2023 for you. So I want to begin there. What has it been like for you to, first of all, see the response to Promise to Love and, of course, the love you're getting from the fans?
Man, it's a great experience and it's a great feeling. And it just lets you know that your work is not in vain.
Yeah. LeVelle, the thing we talked about last time when you were on the radio side with us is that you've been able to not only share your gift as, of course, a singer, but also to tell stories through music. What has that been like for you to not only, of course, give the ladies something they can appreciate like you've done with Promise to Love, but also give us guys something we can be able to say to kind of help with those relationships?
I mean, for me, that's been the beautiful part of it, that the family, I call them family, is accepting that and getting back, and they can recognize that we're getting back to that music with substance and a message through the song. And, it's really a good feeling to be authentic and be who you are, and people can relate to it and take and help make you who you are as an artist. So it's a great feeling, finding my own lane and my niche, bringing back this great thing called love.
Love that. And you've been able to do that throughout your career. So for those who may have not been following you, LeVelle, let's go back a little bit. When did you discover the gift of music for yourself?
I mean, it's been pretty much in me all my life. On my mom's side, it's either you're playing an instrument or singing. On my dad's side, it's the same thing. So I started off as a drummer. And one of my cousins couldn't make it to rehearsal on my dad's side, and they stuck me singing and playing drums. And the note that they put me in, I was doing it in natural, and that was like a high note that, it would have took someone with some experience to hold that note throughout the time that we were, practicing on. And so when my cousin discovered that I was doing that naturally, he was like, man, you truly got a gift. And, I just started singing from that point on and touching people and seeing that part of it really drove me to, really continue and keep it going.
Exactly. And now here you are at this point in your career, LeVelle. Could you have imagined, though, when that first started, that you would have touched the stages that you have now and also touched listeners literally around the world?
I've always dreamed it. I've always seen it. But to see it come to pass is a beautiful thing. It let me know that dream, it became reality. And it lets me know that, when you stay consistent and keep going, your outcome is greater than what you're going through.
Yeah, what a great point. And I think, too, there are two different areas I thought about when I was prepping for this segment with you, LeVelle, that people can appreciate. Of course, we love good music, and you give us that. But you also, as an artist, you're giving other artists hope, because you've now gone from having your favorite artists you've been able to listen to on the radio and buy their music and see their videos, to now you being that artist that people are able to buy and watch their videos, Talk to us about that experience. What has that been like for you to see the full circle moment of your being in the places that you actually looked at your own favorite artists?
Well, I mean, and I would say big shout out to Raphael and great people like you, because it's these type of conversations that bring out the remembrance, or these type of things that are coming out now. Mm-hmm. And now that I look at it from that perspective of what you just said, I'm really overjoyed, because like you just said, to know that I was at a place of wishing
Mm.
to a place of it coming reality. And it just goes to show you that uh, you may not see the success or the outcome as quick as you want to see it as an artist or as a person,
Right.
but consistency. Um, when someone else can tell you your journey and what you've been through and turn around and show you the glory into it, that's the true meaning and the true definition of what I mean by if you stay consistent. You really just took me to a whole nother level,
Mm.
because there was a point in my life where I was wishing um, that I could just do this, or wishing that I could just have that moment. And these things came, and they came, and they're here, and it's actually in real time right now. So
Right.
it's a blessing, man. It's just a blessing to be able to do what you love to do.
Yeah, such a great point. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or through our series Cyrus Webb Presents, you all are watching or listening to Cyrus Webb Presents Conversations Live. We're joined once again by recording artist LeVelle. We're talking to LeVelle not only about his extraordinary career, but also 2023. He's given us Promise to Love, great videos, also singles like Only If, of course, as I mentioned, videos on rotation. So I want to talk about the other side of your fan base, LeVelle, and that is being able to actually be out there meeting the fans again. I know artists are excited they'll be able to go out there, hit those stages again, meet the fans. It's one thing for you to build the audience online that you have, but what has it been like for you to be out there again, be able to touch and feel your audience again, and to feel that energy in the room?
It's the greatest feeling ever. And I just told someone this earlier. Um, we have to be careful. I can say that now when people have different addictions,
Mm.
because this is my addiction.
Yeah,
Like I just I have to be out there touching and getting with the fans, and this what we're doing now, because at the end of the day, without them guys there would be no us.
yeah,
So it's so good to be out there with them, and people sharing their stories. And I had a guy that him and his wife been married for 20 some years, and he said, man, we were ready to throw in the towel.
oh wow,
And he said, man, he said, I heard your song on Sirius XM with Anthony Hamilton. And he said, I don't know what it was, but when the words came on, it spoke to me like, do you realize how you met your wife?
mm.
The words you were saying, he was like, man, I can remember, like, she was so beautiful to me, as a young guy then. I was afraid to say what I really wanted to say, and I was listening to your words. And he was like, man, you gave us hope. And we decided to do counseling, and we didn't give up, man. So it's moments like that to know that when you can help impact families to stay together. And guys saying, thank you for help making me a better person, or a woman saying thank you for this. It really make you feel good as an artist. That, to me, that's more than receiving a paycheck,
Yeah,
because you've impacted and helped somebody's life
right.
along the way.
Look, you just brought up something really interesting. It kind of goes to really the soundtrack of this album, right? Because Promise to Love, it really is about guys being, for one, okay with being honest with the
Yeah,
one they say they love, but
right.
also not being afraid. And that's something I think that's been an evolution, right, in music, but also in, let's be honest, in real life as well. Men feeling comfortable expressing themselves. So talk to us about what that's been like for you, because you're, as I mentioned earlier, you're giving guys the almost a green light to say these things, but also I think reminding us of the necessity of it. Talk to us about what that's been like for you in projects like Promise to Love.
Well, I definitely think when you get back to a respecting yourself and getting back to that part where you learn yourself, and knowing that there is others that are surrounded by your surrounding. I definitely think you have to you just have to be honest, and you have to get to that point. And sometimes it's not that we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes we just need someone else to help enlighten us. And uh, it's no different than a therapy session.
Right.
It's no different than a dad talking to his son, or a son talking to his dad, or sometimes we just need a little help along the way. So
Mhm.
for me, just learning how to be who you are as a person, and then really caring for others, that really makes a difference in what you do and how you relate to certain things.
Yeah, such a great point. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about, LeVelle, and again, we appreciate you taking out this time with us. I want to talk about the balance, because one thing I've had to balance and still not good at it is appreciating where you are and what got you to where you are today, but also realizing there's more to come. There's so many people who rest on their laurels and have achieved something and they stop. How
Yeah.
do you balance it? How do you balance accepting your success and embracing that, but also knowing there's more you want to do?
Well, I mean, for me, the job is never done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just being under great leadership,
Mm,
of great people like Charlie Wilson, Frankie Beverly and Mays, the OJs,
gotcha.
uh, great people like the Key Sweats and Tank and your Anthony Hamiltons.
Mm,
I've just really been blessed to be around guys that have always been up and have gave me good work ethics through what I'm doing. Uh, and never getting to a point where I'm relaxed in reaching one part of this business, because just as soon as you reach that, it's something else that you have to go get. So I guess for me, man, I really just been blessed to have some great leaders to
gotcha.
not shake it with me. They just give it to me straight, and I try to stick to a regimen where, no matter what platform or no matter where I go, you still have to keep pushing and keep fighting. You have to keep going, and you have to keep giving it all you are. And when you can do that, uh, great things will come.
Exactly. Well, we're definitely excited about what's to come for you, LeVelle. Again, in the meantime, we want our audience to go out there and support Promise to You. You can get it through your favorite platform, because our partner is Amazon.com, but it's available on all the other online retailers as well. LeVelle, we know that you are out and about with the fans. Let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you, man?
Absolutely. All you have to do is just one simple thing: Lavelle BKC on all platforms. And that's LEVELLE Go follow me, hit that follow button, send me a message. I'll reply. I reply to all messages. And let's connect so we can stay together. You guys know what I'm doing when I'm coming to a city near you. I would love to, communicate, see you, and please go out and get that new Promise to Love project.
There you go. There you go. LeVelle, man, congratulations to you again, man. Great to catch up with you, and looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me again.
Glad to do it. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents Conversations Live. Take care.